Hey, Spears and Mike's hip hop culture, knowledge in the streets. So today, I'm coming here to talk about Fat Joe and his partnership with his business up New York City, which is a hip hop clothing brands and sneaker store. And he got three locations. He got one in Haven, one in Inwood on 207th and Broadway, I believe, and then another one in Broadway, like the Harlem, Washington Heights borderline. So so out of the three locations, he's partnered also with Shawn Carter Foundation, which is obviously Jay-Z's foundation. And they're basically going to be doing a monthly food drive, partnering with a New York City food bank where they're going to distribute groceries and produce to needy families in New York City, specifically Harlem, Uptown, and the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Fat Joe, shout out to Jay-Z. Um, I think it's important in hip hop where, we talk about when these artists, fall short. It's widely discussed when they fall short, or there's personal problems, or they put their foot in their mouth and say something foolish. A lot of us jump all over it, and us included in Spears and Mikes. We cover it from time to time. We don't cover all the stories because certain things, private family matters and stuff like that, and internet gossip. We really don't strive to put a light on it, but sometimes we do discuss the topics. Even us, like with Fat Joe, we highlighted once, the whole debacle with his FBA comments, what I'm saying, which I thought was out of line. And I think Fat Joe should have cleared it up a little bit. We called him out to apologize because those that identify with being a foundational Black American, without saying negative things, or just being standing on that who they are, um, what I'm saying, shouldn't be called and associated with what he said. You know what I'm saying? So we had called for him to apologize, which I don't believe he ever did. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But when these artists do good things, it definitely has to be spoken on and highlighted. A lot of us that cover the culture miss it too often, where we become like the TMZ of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We only talk about somebody when they're in a negative light, but we should also do our due diligence in covering the positive things. And I think it doesn't get more positive than giving back to the communities that need. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Fat Joe and Jay-Z for partnering together with the Shawn Carter Foundation, the New York City Food Bank, and Up New York City. That collaboration will bring produce and groceries to many needed communities on a monthly basis. And I don't think that's something that they have to do with their space. But it's a great thing because for someone like me who lives and works in the New York City area on a daily basis, I'm out in Harlem, the Bronx. I see many food banks and churches with huge long lines wrapped around, two, 300 deep, no lie. So, I know that there's a need for these type of resources in our communities. And who are who are these businesses servicing in the community? They're servicing the so-called black, the so-called brown communities, Latino and black, whether it's Black American, Caribbean, Black Caribbean, Afro Caribbean, so-called Latino. They're feeding our people that really don't got many resources and much money for this type of stuff. So, what I'm saying? Again, big respect to Fat Joe, Jay-Z. I'll probably post a link in the article, you know what I'm saying, where y'all could look at the details. I think they already have two scheduled dates for June and July where you could, if you're in need, you know what I'm saying, you can go get produce and groceries with the help of, what I'm saying, Up New York City and the Shawn Carter Foundation, partnering with the New York City Food Bank. All right. Yeah, man. More episodes to come. You know what I'm saying? We still didn't I didn't talk about my experience with the New York Knicks parade. I'm still on a high from that, striving to process it all, man. You know what I'm saying? But big respect to everyone. Peace and love.